Morning, everybody. I want to give you guys an update on Sinister. Last I checked in, I just gotten back from holiday, was trying to get back in shape. I'd say I'm almost there. It took me about 2 weeks, which I think was about expected. This past weekend, I did well. There was a little bit of a challenge. I was teaching in Portland at DNS Strength Training 1. Had a couple amazing hosts. Thanks to Dr. Aaron Montgomery, Coach Pine, and Coach Scott, I was able to get all of the training that I needed in, heavy kettlebells and the facility and everything. So big thanks to those guys. I ended up I split the workouts in two. So I'd usually work out before the course and after the course. Again, the swings, heavy swings, I don't tolerate very well in the mornings. And so I tend to want to be up for 3 or 4 hours before I attempt anything really heavy. Other big news that I got is I did the full Sinister with Dr. Aaron Montgomery in Portland, and I did it with the 40 kilo. That was like a test to make sure I was back where I was before. And so then this week I got to move up a bell. I'm now on the 44 kilo bell, the 97 pound bell, which is the penultimate bell before the infamous 105 or the 48 kilogram bell. So that was exciting. What I did today to kind of test it out, I didn't want to just go straight into 5 minutes of swings. I did basically every 30 seconds. I would do 10 swings like Sinister is, and then I would basically do 30 seconds, 30 seconds. So 10 reps, rest 30 seconds. I did that for 5 rounds. So I still got 100 swings in, but I built rest into the program so that I wasn't kind of overloading myself, but I was still able to kind of test where was I at with my grip, where am I at with the hip hinging, where am I at metabolically with the hip hinging, where am I at aerobically with the whole workout. And then what I'm going to do is kind of shrink those down. So the next time I do it, because it actually felt really good, no grip problems, no hinge problems. I did come up with a technical, a new technical that I've been tinkering around with that became very obvious with the 97. I'll talk about in a second. But what I'll do next time is I'll probably do 3 rounds of 30 seconds and then 30 seconds of rest, build those in, then go to 4. And once I'm at 4, I'm basically there. So that was exciting. Afterwards, just because I want to make sure that my swing volume is high and I'm conditioning my body to do it, I did workouts right after it with my gal, Jackie. It was a 400 meter run, 5 rounds, 400 meter run, 20 kettlebell swings to the face level with the 97 again. And then I did 5 push presses with the 24 kilos. So that was 5 rounds, ended up being an additional 100 swings. So I got 200 workout swings and probably another 50 or so warm-up swings. So 250 swings today with varying weights, not bad. Now the technical thing that I figured out, I've been tinkering with for quite a while here, and it's become significantly more obvious and even important as I keep going heavier and heavier and heavier. And that kind of goes against what we're typically taught. So we're all taught that the swing is a hinge movement and there's no squat in the movement. And I know what Strong First and RKC mean by that. I've taken both of those classes. But what I found with the heavy bell is there actually is a squat, and there actually needs to be a squat. I'll have to show this in a video later, but basically when the bell comes between your legs, you're going to basically squat down and back, kind of like you're not squatting down so that the knees go forward. You're doing a squat where you're coming back and then your hips are punching down and back, and then you're popping them up and forward. Now you can get away with just pure hinging like this. This is my spine angle. What we want is this, like that's your motion, okay? And what that does is at the weakest point of the swing, the bottom, when you're at the bottom, the bell's between your legs, if your hips are high and you're actually in a deep swing, deep hip hinge, your back's your back is not in as good of a position biomechanically. If you wait until the bell comes almost, hits your pelvis and then you squat down and back, that's more of a squatting motion. And that takes away a lot of the bending forces. It's just more kind of compression forces. And so it ends up being incredibly powerful that you might not notice the difference if you're only double arm swinging with, for guys, a 24 or a 28 kilo. I mean, or even a 32 kilo, you might not notice it. Or for women, anywhere from like 20 kilos up to 28 kilos, 24 kilos. So it becomes incredibly important. It's really easy to feel with heavier bells, and it's really easy to see just how much easier it actually makes the bottom. It makes it much more that pop and float like they talk about in Strong First. So remember, with that swing, I'll put up a video on this later because it's been that helpful to me. With that swing, that down and back hip hinge, the knees do not go very far forward. So I'm of the camp that they can go to about the midfoot, about over the shoelaces a little bit at the most. I don't want to see them go over the toes. That's more of like your, squatty motion that we always want to sort of move away from. But the epiphany that I've had over the last couple weeks, it was made, really obvious today with the 97, was that there absolutely is a squat in there. But the squat is down and back. The knees do not go very far forward. So more to come, guys. Pretty excited to be on the penultimate bell. Who knows how long I'll be on this bell before I get to actually finally purchase the 48 kilo bell and start training for that. So thanks for listening. Stay tuned, and we'll see you soon.